You live in the US. You probably take water for granted. You see, we are blessed with an amazing, cheap, and plentiful supply of water. But this is changing. Water scarcity is becoming an issue. You see, just in the past week, 93.5 million people were affected by a drought. And the price of water has risen by 10% in just the past 10 years. Despite this, we waste nearly 192 billion gallons of water in the form of wastewater. So, what is wastewater? Well, wastewater is any type of water that is contaminated after we use it. Water coming from toilets, from showers, or from sinks. Now, the reason that it's getting wasted so much is because in order to purify it, it requires facilities which have expensive and complex technologies. So the US has decided that instead they just want to treat this wastewater just enough so it isn't toxic to the environment and then pump it into rivers, lakes, and oceans. So what makes this process such a hassle? You see, one of the most costly parts of treating the wastewater is removing the solids, like feces, from the liquids. So if we were able to separate the solids and liquids before they ever came in contact with each other, it would make the process much easier. But more than that, what it would do is it wouldn't let the water ever come in contact with the disease-carrying bacteria that is in feces. You see, most of our wastewater comes from sinks and showers and other applications which don't contaminate the water that much. But when this gray water, as we call it, is pumped down the pipes, it meets with feces and other contaminated things, which force us to have to treat it to a higher level than if we had never previously put it down those pipes. So how can we make this entire process more efficient, less costly, and fit it all inside your own home? Introducing Everdrop. Now, Everdrop is an all-in-one solution which can recycle your water for very little cost. So how does it do this? Well, the first step, a urine diverting toilet, which separates urine from the feces before they can ever meet. The urine is put down a pipe and it meets up with all the other gray water. Now this gray water can be filtered with less expensive technology. So we use an activated carbon filter. Little pieces of carbon, which as the water passes through it, act as a sponge and it soaks up all the chemicals and bacteria. After the water passes through this, it's disinfected by UV light. This is a well-known, proven technology in wastewater treatment. At this point, your water is safe to drink again. In fact, this system is pretty much self-sustaining. The only maintaining cost that you need is to buy activated carbon to refill your activated carbon filter continuously. But here's the thing, your feces has you covered. Because you see, what the toilet did was it separated the feces and it sent it into a tank. And this tank turned the feces into activated carbon through a chemical process. You see, it heats up the feces and it inserts potassium hydroxide and carbon dioxide into the feces. This turns the feces into activated carbon. So instead of needing to buy activated carbon to continuously update your water filter, all you need to do is take some of the activated carbon that you produce and put it into the water filter, creating a self-sustaining system. Now, this all coalesces in a nearly fully circular system. Nearly 75% of the water that you use can be recycled. It means a reduction of your water bill by 70%. Now, right now, your water bill might not be that expensive, so it doesn't mean that much to you. But look no further to the increase of droughts to see how impactful this technology can be. In California, where terrible droughts have been suffered for more than 5 years, if every single household used our product for just 1 year, the amount of savings in water would double the amount of water held in the largest reservoir in California, Lake Shasta. Lake Shasta currently has 390 billion gallons of water in hold, but this savings would increase it to 896 billion gallons in water. And this problem is only getting worse. Water prices are projected to continue to rise. Droughts are getting more and more frequent. So we'll create this new radical way to effectively recycle your water. And for those who are truly interested, they will join us. But for the rest of you, wait until the water scarcity issue gets dire. And then at that point, you know where to find us. We are Everdrop. And we are creating a world where every drop of water is reused.